Hello everyone. Welcome to the Ethiopian Digital Health Interoperability Network Academy. This academy provides capacity building for continual and sustainable health service improvement and digitization effort. Our courses and certifications, which are offered free of charge, focus on digital health interoperability in Ethiopia. In this session, our experienced instructors will introduce the topic of enterprise architecture and its practical application. The course covers fundamental concepts, including the scopes and benefits of enterprise architecture, different approaches to enterprise architecture, and the activities involved in implementing and managing an enterprise architecture program. At Ethiopian Digital Health Interoperability Network Academy, we are committed to providing high-quality education and training in the field of enterprise architecture. We look forward to assisting you in developing your skills and knowledge in this exciting field. The lecture will cover a range of topics related to the field. These topics include 1. Introduction to Enterprise Architecture. This topic will provide an overview of what enterprise architecture is and why it is important. 2. Scopes of enterprise architecture. This topic will explore the different levels of scope at which enterprise architecture can be applied, from individual projects to entire organizations. 3. Benefits of enterprise architecture. This topic will discuss the various benefits that organizations can achieve by implementing an enterprise architecture approach. 4. Enterprise architecture approach. This topic will explore the different approaches to enterprise architecture and how they can be applied in practice. 5. Enterprise architecture activities. This topic will discuss the various activities involved in implementing and managing an enterprise architecture program. 6. Enterprise architecture framework. This topic will explore the different frameworks that can be used to organize and document an organization's architecture. 7. Enterprise architecture life cycle. This topic will discuss the different stages of the enterprise architecture life cycle and how they can be managed. 8. Architecture of interoperable information systems. This topic will explore how enterprise architecture can be used to design and manage interoperable information systems. Enterprise architecture, EA, is a well-defined practice for conducting enterprise analysis, design, planning, and implementation. It uses a comprehensive approach for the successful development and execution of strategy. An enterprise can refer to an organizational unit, organization, or collection of organizations. These organizations share a set of common goals and collaborate to provide specific products or services to customers. Architecture refers to the fundamental concepts or properties of a system in its environment. It is embodied in the system's elements, relationships, and the principles of its design and evolution. Enterprise architecture helps guide organizations through the business, information, process, and technology changes necessary to execute their strategies. It utilizes the various aspects of an enterprise to identify, motivate, and achieve these changes. Enterprise architecture helps business and IT managers to figure out the best strategies to support and enable business development and change. By providing a structured approach to understanding and managing the architecture of an organization, enterprise architecture helps to ensure that the organization's goals, activities, and resources are aligned with its business information systems. Enterprise architecture provides a guide for decision-making towards these objectives. by providing a comprehensive view of the organization's architecture. This includes information about the organization's goals, activities, resources, and relationships. By using this information, business and IT managers can make informed decisions about how to support and enable business development and change in relation to the business information systems that the business depends on. Overall, enterprise architecture is a valuable tool for any organization looking to improve its decision-making and achieve its objectives in relation to its business information systems. The EA3 Cube framework is a visual representation of an enterprise architecture framework developed by Scott Bernard. It provides a structured approach to understanding and managing the architecture of an organization. The cube has 6 faces representing different aspects of an enterprise: function, structure, risk, people, products, and value. These 6 views into an enterprise are interrelated in a complex way. The function face represents the functional domain architecture of the enterprise. This includes the organization's goals, activities, and resources. The structure face represents the organizational architecture and design of the enterprise. This includes the organization's structure and relationships. The risk face represents the governance, risk, and compliance of the enterprise. This includes the organization's policies and procedures for managing risk. The people face represents the human capital of the enterprise. This includes the organization's employees and their skills and abilities. The products face represents the products and services and supply chain of the enterprise. This includes the organization's offerings and how they are delivered to customers. The value face represents the valuation and benefit realization of the enterprise. This includes the organization's financial performance and how it creates value for its stakeholders. Overall, the EA3 Cube framework provides a comprehensive view of an enterprise and its architecture. By using this framework, organizations can align their strategy, business, and technology to achieve their goals. Enterprise architecture guides organizations through. There are 3 main schools of thought about the purpose of enterprise architecture, EA. 1. Enterprise IT design. The first school of thought is that the purpose of EA is to achieve greater alignment between IT and business concerns. This approach focuses on ensuring that IT systems and processes support the goals and objectives of the business. By aligning IT with the business, organizations can improve their efficiency and effectiveness. 2. Enterprise integration. The second school of thought is that the purpose of EA is to achieve greater coherency between the various concerns of an enterprise, including HR, IT, operations, etc. This approach focuses on linking strategy formulation and execution to ensure that all parts of the enterprise are working together towards common goals. By integrating all aspects of the enterprise, organizations can improve their overall performance. 3. Enterprise ecosystem adaptation. The third school of thought is that the purpose of EA is to foster and maintain the learning capabilities of enterprises, so that they may be sustainable. This approach focuses on helping organizations adapt to changes in their environment by continuously learning and improving. By fostering a culture of learning and adaptation, organizations can improve their resilience and long-term sustainability. Overall, these 3 schools of thought provide different perspectives on the purpose and value of enterprise architecture. A complete enterprise architecture approach must include 6 core elements that are designed to work together. The first 3 of these elements are: 1. Architecture governance. This element identifies the planning, decision-making, and oversight processes and groups that will determine how the enterprise architecture is developed and maintained as part of an enterprise's overall governance. This helps to ensure that the architecture is aligned with the organization's goals and objectives. 2. Architecture framework. This element identifies the scope of the overall architecture and the type and relationship of the various sub-architecture levels, threads, and other viewpoints. This helps to ensure that all aspects of the organization's architecture are considered and documented. 3. Implementation methodology. This element includes specific steps to establish and maintain an EA program via the selected approach. This helps to ensure that the architecture is implemented in a consistent and well-structured manner. Overall, these first 3 core elements provide a foundation for a complete enterprise architecture approach. The last 3 of these elements are: 4. Documentation artifacts. This element identifies the types and methods of documentation to be used in each sub-architecture area. This includes strategic analyses, business plans, internal controls, security controls, and models of workflow, databases, systems, and networks. This helps to ensure that all aspects of the organization's architecture are documented in a consistent and well-structured manner. 5. Architecture repository. This element includes the EA website, documentation database, and the software applications, tools that are used for modeling, analysis, and reporting. The repository's design should reflect the underlying architecture approach. This helps to ensure that all documentation is organized and accessible. 6. Associated best practices. This element includes best practices associated with enterprise architecture that can help guide organizations in their implementation of EA. These best practices provide guidance on how to effectively implement and manage an EA program. Enterprise architecture, EA, is accomplished through both a management program and an analysis and design method that is repeatable at various levels of scope. As a management program, EA provides several key benefits to organizations. 1. Strategic alignment. EA ensures that the organization is aligned towards achieving its objectives by connecting goals, activities, and resources. This helps to ensure that all components of the organization are working together towards a common goal. 2. Standardized policy. EA provides consistency across the organization through resource governance and implementation of standardized policies. This helps to ensure that all components of the organization are following the same rules and guidelines. 3. Decision support. EA supports decision-making at all levels of the organization by providing financial control and configuration management. This helps to ensure that decisions are based on accurate and up-to-date information. 4. Resource oversight. EA takes a lifecycle approach to the development and management of resources to ensure their effective use and maintenance. This helps to ensure that resources are being used efficiently and effectively. Overall, as a management program, EA provides a structured approach to achieving strategic alignment, standardization, decision support, and resource oversight. As a management program, EA helps organizations achieve their objectives by connecting goals, activities, and resources. As an analysis and design method, EA provides a structured approach to understanding and managing the architecture of an organization. EA analysis and design are accomplished through 6 basic elements. 1. An EA documentation framework. This provides a framework for documenting the architecture of an organization. It includes capturing information about the organization's goals, activities, resources, and relationships. 2. An implementation methodology. This provides a methodology for implementing the architecture of an organization. It involves defining and executing a plan for achieving the desired future state. 3. Current views of the architecture. EA helps organizations develop a view of their current architecture. This allows them to understand their current state. 4. Future views of the architecture. EA also helps organizations develop a view of their future architecture. This allows them to plan for the future. 5. An EA management plan. This plan outlines the key threads that will be used to manage the transition from the current to the future architecture. 6. Threads. These are areas common to all levels of the framework that help to ensure consistency and standardization across the organization. Overall, these 6 basic elements provide a structured approach to understanding and managing the architecture of an organization.